Jam Crypto News House here. It is February 10th, and before I this video, please read the disclaimer below on the take on the shilling of the tokens. But in any case, let's talk about the majors. So Bitcoin is actually looking pretty good. So the bearish case was that it would actually break down below the 94K, which would be pretty bad. But honestly, the sentiment of crypto Twitter has been so bad that if that were to happen and also get destroyed again, it's very unlikely. So what we could actually see now with higher probability now is that since Bitcoin is actually starting to grind a little higher and is starting to retest its fair value zone around 98.5K, because if we look at the whole chart of this graph, so if we were to make a bell curve or whatnot, 98.5K is pretty much at this normal distribution at its mid curve here. So it seems to be a pretty important resistance, and it actually was trying to tap it earlier today, and it did break it, but now instead of actually going all the way down, it's actually grinding a little bit higher, so it could try to actually break through 98.5K. So we could actually see some positive price action in the next few days and see Bitcoin rise above to this level, but I don't think it's going to be the rally past it. Most likely we're actually going to see it tap below to the low 90s once again later on in late February. So, but we could see a little bit of a rally before that happens. So in that case, it's probably a good time to take profits on altcoins at that time, in my own opinion. But if we also look at Ethereum as well, Ethereum not really going super down anymore. Maybe just a little bit of grind higher, please. We need this for our base coins. And Solana, on the other hand, yeah, Ethereum is actually stronger than Solana right now, which is quite interesting to see. But yeah, also look at Bitcoin dominance. Yeah, a little bit of a consolidation here. Maybe we'll see some sort of a compression here or something, and hopefully it compresses down. But honestly, this market is still very Bitcoin driven, so not really expecting the altcoin season super immediately soon, unless we were to get some sort of crazy ass dip from this high low level. But if you zoom out, Bitcoin is still pretty much up only, so we'll see what happens. Currently Bitcoin is growing a bit higher, which is quite nice to see. And also look at the liquidation heat map where, yeah, it's pretty much ranging at this level. And as we can see, it's ever since it broke through this level here and tapped this liquidity over here, it's just trying to see whether it wants to go up or down. And as I said before, I'm more biased for perhaps a little bit more upside, perhaps to the higher 100s, based off what I've seen here with the price action currently. And I could be wrong. There could be that slighter chance where it just decides to fuck us and then go down to 90s, and then we're in demon mode again. But in any case, at least in the next, after the couple weeks, we should see Bitcoin above 110K ish, which is going to be very nice for alts. But in any case, let's look at the price action. So Solana coins not really moving that much. PopCap pretty much just going sideways here. If we look at base meme coins, so things like Godalo, okay, Godalo's a little green, but it's pretty much down only. A lot of the coins pretty much sideways as well. Keycap pretty much sideways. Ski pretty much sideways here. So nothing really too exciting to see. And if we look at base AI though, so base AI is actually really fucking strong in comparison to base memes. So game, for example, bouncing pretty nicely. We're starting to see a bottom here today as well. Very nice. So it seems that the market's actually more interested in AI coins instead of meme coins. Of course, if the market decides to fuck us and go to 90K, everything's going to pull back once again. But if this actually taps above to the high 100s, we could actually see some insane fucking pumps on these AI coins. So I think it's actually a really good time to look at AI coins and perhaps rotate capital into this if you haven't yet, because of what we're trying to see with Bitcoin's price action, where it seems to actually want to go a little higher. And AI, since it's bouncing the hardest, is extremely interesting to see. Also look at Solana AI. So Arctic is pretty decently strong on this. Arctic and SNI are probably the strongest ones, but there's also some other ones like AWA, it seems, that's bouncing a little bit. But overall, AI is actually bouncing quite nicely. Maybe Ava is forming a bottom here and it's going to do another fucking rally. Well, I don't know. But in any case, very strong tokens on the AI sector. So yeah, could be very good times to position yourself in AI, since it seems the market's more interested in AI than meme coins right now, especially with this recent bump in Bitcoin's price action. And if you look at the Click It Off One dashboard, market cap wise increasing a little bit. So yeah, again, AI seems to be getting back its mind share again and getting more bids compared to memes. So let's talk about the tweets here. listing another coin on launch day. Meanwhile, communities like Ski have been grinding for months, bringing attention and onboarding new users to base. Really hoping you're saving the best listings for when ETH breaks out. We also what happened when you listed Doshi versus VVV. So yeah, Coinbase seems to be listing some fucking, I don't even know what the hell this is. They're launching some weird thing called B3, and it pretty much got dumped after its listing. And he has a very good point here. Where Coinbase, they should be listing the community coins. Like we saw what happened to Doshi. Pretty much did almost a 20x from the bottom ever since they listed it. And then now they're trying to just list all this random trash with VVV and whatnot, which is just weird. So this is a little short-term bearish for base overall, but maybe they could be saving it for good market conditions to start listing meme coins and whatnot that people actually want, like Keycat or Ski or OKEgg or Dog and Me or all this other shit. But yeah, so let's look at the next tweet. It's quite unbelievable that one of the most anticipated infrastructure projects of the cycle, Bear Chain, can't even hold 500 million market cap. If liquidity is so horrible and absorbed by extractors everywhere while Bitcoin is close to 100K, we can potentially see alts dying even when Bitcoin crosses 150K. So he's trying to give the argument that perhaps alts could be completely doomed here. So if you look at Bitcoin dominance, as you guys can see, it is pretty much up only. And I mean, if we also look at the RSI, I guess the RSI Bitcoin dominance is very, very overbought. So perhaps it could do some sort of we might see some alts running, and that could be because of AI sector, as we can see currently where the market is completely bouncing on AI. So I think AI is very, very nice times to bid on this. But overall, the market's showing its hand. I mean, there could be the chance that AI or at least altcoins will never get bids again and everyone just wants Bitcoin. And that eventually is going to be the case after like 10 years. Altcoins are going to get even less and less liquidity. They're going to get less of a slice of that pie here, and more people just want Bitcoin. So that is an actual real thing that's going to happen. But at least for now, there's still room for altcoins to go. But we're currently in this intersection of, okay, is this the Bitcoin super cycle or the altcoin super cycle? And it's most likely going to be Bitcoin, but there is going to be the small section where Bitcoin dominance is going to go down and alts can run a bit. But it's most likely not going to be super sustained, and you got to be prepared for that, because that's going to be probably one of the largest liquidity injections into altcoins, which is where you're going to see it 100x's in literally a few weeks or so. So let's look at the next tweet. Could we see ARK continue to take mindshare from other agent infrastructure providers? Delphi Digital dives into a benchmark, highlighting some strong value props for the rig complex. So ARK is essentially this AI infrastructure agent on Solana, and as you guys can see, it is amongst one of the strongest. Okay, honestly, if I were to suggest something really interesting to develop, AI16Z is starting to bottom as well, so this could actually be a nice reversal from here. So I gotta do more research on this though, but it just has insane Lindy, and you gotta also check the dev though. The thing about Shaw is that he's a little weird, but this could honestly be a very, very good bid in my opinion. AI16Z down here, but if we look at this, where Ark's architecture allows it to excel in areas while Elisa and Zerpi fall short, Ark's decentralized workflow supports trustless, low latency operations that are ideal for apps like DeFi arbitrage agents. Ark's real-time performance ensures sub-millisecond latency for applications like robotics, autonomous vehicles, and AOT systems. So yeah, it seems like that Ark, by just the framework of what their code is built on, they're able to have much better infrastructure for supporting DeFi projects using their own infrastructure AI, which is Arc here. So essentially, they have a very good technology in comparison to other ones, and I actually have some decent branding and no weird fuckery with their team here, like compared to AI16Z. The Shaw guy does some weird ass shit. Well, Arc, we haven't even seen any drama. They're just building. So you know where the people that want to invest in tech are going to look into. They're going to look at things like Arc. So Arc is a very, very good contender. So let's look at the next tweet. 20 jobs that OpenAI cannot replace human, according to deep research. So this is just a bit of a warning if you were worried about AI completely doming you. But okay, if I can pull up this fucking, okay, look at this. So 1, childcare worker. 2, social worker, therapist, clergy, athlete, nurse, plumber, electrician, performing artist, mechanic, farmer, barber, corporate leader, scientist, doctor, teacher, chef, construction worker, politician, truck bus driver. So yeah, a lot of these, as you guys can see, most of them are physical jobs, which is what AI can't really replace anytime soon. So there's super physical ones, like even if you're doing construction, AI is most likely not going to replace. I mean, if they become robots at a point, then maybe. But at this point, AI, the direction is currently for intelligence, having rationale. So computer scientists can get super replaced, engineers can get replaced by AI. So those guys are the people that have to look out for their jobs because AI is coming for them. But the other people that actually have more human jobs and are human to human, they got to do shit IRL, they're going to be less likely to be replaced by AI. So it's a pretty good narrative in my opinion. for AI because everyone's so afraid of getting their jobs taken. But in any case, we know that AI is going to be here to stay anyways. But let's look at the next tweet. VVV trading at 8.27 after 350% pump from bottom. 96% of holders under 1K suggests retail FOMO while team dumped 10.2 million first week. And so let's just look at the VVV here, where it was essentially this token that was launched by the base team. It's actually bouncing a little higher. Because honestly, this could go even fucking like a huge reversal if the Bitcoin actually breaks through its current level here and perhaps touches the higher hundreds. Then we could see a lot of AI coins like this actually do super candles. So this is something to look for. But VVV essentially, after it got listed, pretty much dumped down because of shitty market conditions. And yeah, he's basically saying that a lot of retail are essentially bag holding this, and the team essentially dumped this like crazy. Like this is still a good technology, or it's essentially a open source chat bot or chat assistant, chat GPT sort of thing, while using the API for DeepSeek. So it's actually quite useful. But currently, we don't really know if it's the best option in terms of its current narrative, where people just dumped on them first day with retail, which kind of sucks for it, but I think it still will come back. But let's look at the next tweet. Japan's first public Bitcoin treasury company just dropped. Metaplanet holds 1762 Bitcoin. Stock pumped 35% since going Bitcoin standard. Raised 745 million through 21 million new share subscription by zero discount warrants. Currently 15 public BTC holder, and they're targeting a shit ton of Bitcoin. Yeah, so it seems that even Japan and a lot of countries out here, the main message here is that a lot of people want your Bitcoin, and we know that Bitcoin is going to be the super fucking asset of all time. Most likely going to compound like 20-30% within every year, at least until then. So you could expect a 10x on your investment after like 10 years or so with just holding Bitcoin from now. So obviously that's an insane return on such a large asset like that, obviously. But there's so many factors because we obviously countries, they want your Bitcoin. Like even Japan, they want to fucking buy all this Bitcoin. And as you guys can see, retail or people, the market sees that, okay, well, this guy's buying Bitcoin. So this is actually a very good thing, where they see that companies that are buying Bitcoin and are putting it in their own treasury are getting pumped a lot in their stock price. So that means the market likes Bitcoin. So just stay with the momentum here. It's the king of all assets, most likely going to be better than holding literally anything else. Like this is by the way, there was a bit of a rant that I watched about Bitcoin, where essentially, since everyone is going to eventually want Bitcoin, like it's still decently early, like I would say 30-40% early to hold a Bitcoin or try to accumulate it. But there's going to be a point where Bitcoin is just the best asset in the whole fucking world, that you just don't want anything else. And when that happens, a lot of other assets and commodities, or like retail or rental real estate, those prices are most likely going to go down, and because everyone just wants Bitcoin instead, since this is going to go up higher returns than real estate. Like, why the fuck would you hold real estate when you can hold Bitcoin when it goes higher and you don't even have to do maintenance? So there's a lot of reasons to hold a Bitcoin and why it's going to go up, just from a qualitative perspective, and that even countries want it. Even the US wants it, Japan wants it. Like, I don't know what else to say, bro. It's very, very good for crypto in the next 10 years. So in any case, that's pretty much all I want to say in this video. Currently, what I would say is just an action step is that AI seems to be bouncing the hardest, which means the market is more interested in AI. So what you want to do is look for the projects that have bounced the hardest right now. Look at infrastructure, and you can position yourself accordingly. Probably dollar cost average. We don't know if there might be like a pullback anytime soon. Maybe it does a whole full stack Hitler down into 90K, and then we're completely destroyed with all the altcoins, which is why you don't want to deploy all your money at once. But you could try to look at AI now, since it seems to be extremely good. Do the research, and if Bitcoin actually goes up to the high hundreds-ish, as I would predict it might do here, if it would break through the 8.5K, then that would be very, very good for altcoins in particular. Meme coins will also go too, but altcoins seems to be that they want to bounce the hardest. So yeah, or AI coins. That's pretty much all I want to say, and I'll see you guys.